Hello, welcome to Let's Talk Marriage. Again, today we are talking about financial management, and we're going to be looking at the challenges that marriages or couples face when they think about money. We will be looking also at the importance of financial goals, setting goals for your family, for your marriage, for yourself, and also how do you budget? How do you budget as a family? How do you create your own, whether it's personal budgeting or budgeting for all the family? And finally, we'll look at how do you make meaning of money? So let's get to it with, I'd like to introduce again, Kofo Babatunde. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
And beside her is her lovely husband, Sam Babatunde. Welcome.
Welcome, everybody.
To this. And also my handsome husband, Yinka Marcus. Welcome.
Welcome, thank you.
All right, so let's get to it. We know that financial issues happen in marriages and they can break or make a marriage. What are you thinking about financial management, what it means? Anyone can start.
Good. Let me take a shot at it.
Okay.
On the scale of investigative studies and research, it's been found that financial management, or you call it finance, call it money, ego, whatever name you have for it in the language, is number one factor causing crisis in marriages today in the world. It could easily, truly make or mar a marriage. And that calls into question right now, how do you manage it? Experts will also allow us to understand and know that you can do only three things with money. Number one, spend it. Number two, save it. Number three, that's saving and investment. Number three, give it, that is charity or whatever. Now, either way, or any of all the three still requires management.
Yes.
So, approaching it right now, those responsibilities or obligations from the point of view of the scriptures is most exciting. What is money or finance, and like in any other thing, if you don't know the purpose of a thing, if you don't get the purpose right, the likely result is an abuse. So it's not a question of how much you have or how much you don't have, or even how you engage or utilize them.
Right.
So we are supposed to engage or use these financial resources that comes at our disposal. Number one, effectively to build up your own personal life and family if you are married. Number two, be a blessing for the future by saving or investing it. And number three, a blessing to your current generation around you by being able to give out in charity to support others. So when you look at the very many scriptures that will not allow us to go through tonight, but I think one that is most recurring back to me is that the poor you will always have with you. You start questioning, why should God say, especially if you have the minds of a millionaire or the millionaires or billionaires of this world, when they use the word eternity poor, you almost not be able to relate to it, because you can almost burst into any poverty colony and turn it around to become a Disney Island or Disneyland and make them rich, But guess what? I believe God did that purposefully to show the rich, the mighty, that you will always still have a place to spend your resources, to be a blessing to others who don't have, and to have a better deposit in heaven than even here on earth. So no amount of money you have that you can say, no, you don't think anybody can be poor or that you can handle all. No, you will always have cost to be able to still give.
Right.
So summary, it all be ready to manage it by spending prudentially, that is very responsibly. Then excesses, try to invest and turn it around so that it can be growing.
Yes.
And then lastly, when the overflow really gets there, not only waiting for when the overflow is really heavy. Learn and cultivate how to start giving more from that. So when you want to talk about financial management, allocate percentages to all these areas.
To all these areas. Okay.
That is how to spend. We will talk more about how to generate the funds first before you start spending.
Yeah. Well, so financial management, as you were talking about it, has a lot to do with how you spend wisely, invest wisely, and
So
give
wisely.
to the poor or to any charity that you want. So
Also
those
wisely.
3 areas, do them wisely. Everything is about wisdom. Right? Okay. Thank you very much.
I think we have a kind of example in these pictures, the story of the talents,
Right.
because it's part of investing and producing for the future.
Right.
So, because our money is actually not our money, it's God's money, and it depends on what we want to do with it. If we can give honor to who honor is due, no matter how rich we are, our money cannot surpass God. So
Absolutely.
money should not be our idol, otherwise it could be the start of all evils, and we think we are too powerful. So money is supposed to serve us, and because of the story in the Bible of people who have no clothes, people who are naked and thirsty, you know, our money is supposed to be able to help those people in charity.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what do you think, Kofo, with the challenge that marriages have when it comes to money?
Yeah. Thank you. There are quite some challenges. Let's start with not even having the money. Maybe the job has an issue or something and there's no money. That can be a very huge challenge. And sometimes when the money is so much, it could be a challenge. Not knowing how to actually wisely manage it. And that could also be, it could bring some crisis, it could bring some challenges to marriages. So in marriages, in a marriage, we need to sit down, husband and wife, sit down, and how are we going to do with our money? And knowing that because life is always up and down, there will be times when money will be short, there will be times when money will be abundant. For both times, we need to know how we want to manage. You know, so it's not when money is so much abundant and we go on a spending spree or all that, or when there is no money, then we begin to quarrel and fight. We shouldn't. It's just a season, it's a time that is passing. How do we sail through this, you know, this time? Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So all these there are many challenges. I'm sure those of you who are watching, you have your own challenge about money in your marriage. How do you manage your challenges? How? So let's even throw that question out right now.
Good. I'd like to jump at this one as well because the time is short, but we'll try and give as much nuggets as we can. Number one is live within your means. It does not matter who your peers, your neighbors, colleagues in the office, whoever they are. Learn to live within your means. And that calls for strict budgeting. Budgeting means all inflows must be fully accounted for. All inflows from your side and from your other spouse side. Pull them together, full accountability. Then jointly also budget for all the outflows. Follow your money, follow your dollar. Assign them on task. What is going for groceries, what is going for transport, going for rent, going for all this, going for leisure, for books, anything at all. You'll be amazed about when you do this simple exercise, how money is actually slipping out of your pocket without even knowing it. But if you do not, unless you come back midway of the month or three-quarter way of the month, I start wondering, so the month,
Where did the money
where
go?
did the money go? So we say, please adopt a very strict disciplinary approach to budgeting. And what kind of budgeting? Ultimately, work towards a debt-free life. What's a debt-free life? Pay off all your debts. If you live within your means, you will have no negative balance. You'll always have a positive balance or at least a zero budget. That means you're not spending much more than what is coming in. But better still, because God taught us this one. One of the principal reasons we are putting out a 10% for tithe. It's a divine security and protection for the balance of 90 to be more than enough for what even 100% could have been able to do. And God also tells us from the story of talent that our brother just told us right now, if you learn to invest, but you don't understand, my brother, the money is not even enough, so how can I invest? If you cannot tithe or invest out of $1,000 per month, when $1 million come per month, you also not be able to do the same.
Yeah.
So it's a hard task, but you can do it. That's all I believe. Zero budgeting, debt-free life, and make sure that you are also investing. I can't invest that much, or I can't make out enough money for even my tithe or for this and that. Guess what? The government takes their own tax up front before they give you the balance. Isn't it also?
Yeah.
So if government takes its own, why are you quarreling with God, having just 10%? And I don't think tax in this country is anything less than 20, 25 or 35% or more. So if God says just give me only 10%, you're still grumbling, then you should go and challenge federal government or provincial government on why they're taking that much. So if you put those aside, whatever is left, still try and allocate another, if possible, minimum of 10%, or as we say in financial planning and management, 15% of your gross income, let it go for investment. You will be amazed what that thing can do for you in the nearest future. We can testify about that one later when we have more time.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that vast of experience and knowledge about money. What do you think about saving and investment? Are they the same?
Savings and investment. Yes and no. Because saving is putting away for tomorrow. Investment is also putting away for tomorrow. But with savings, which kind of calls to mind the maybe 1% that the bank gives you, it doesn't go much. It doesn't go anywhere. So investment is actually the way to go. And there are various types that you can tap into, or if you are too scared to do it yourself, you can just go for the usual bank assisted or broker assisted investments. But it's very important. I told my kids that as soon as you have a child, you should buy shares for them for whatever they're going to use in life, like buy one Apple share. When you give birth to them, imagine one Apple share in 20 years, 30 years time will be a lot of money. So it's really, really nice to
We're
invest.
not advertising Apple. But so saving is good, investing is good.
It's even better.
More investing is much better. Okay, all right.
And I think when you talk about savings is some money that you can also easily and quickly reach when you need it.
Yeah.
That's why it's good to have savings, even though it may not accrue so much in terms of interest that comes over it, but you can at least have access to it right away. Whereas investment will take maybe, I don't know how long, maybe one or more days or so before you can access it. Yeah, so that's why both of them are good. Of course, investment is also much better for the future, the down the road future.
Okay, great. So what we're saying here is sit down, decide how you want to spend, how to pay your bills, how to invest, ask questions, get some financial managers to help you and your family. At least, if you're a Christian, because we're talking about marriage according to God's plan here, which is between man and a woman. And what the Bible tells us is to tithe, pay your, and then the government will take their tax. So tithe, tax, savings, investment, and giving. So those things need to be put in perspective as you plan your money, right? Is
as well as spending.
Absolutely.
And spending, of course.
Yes.
Spending.
As it grows, please remember to spend on yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
As it grows.
So let's look at the without even going into too much on this organization, Prepare Enrich. I just want to use their work here, so I'm giving them some publicity here. So what in their workbook for marriage counseling, they have all kinds of ideas and tools that they give to couples.
Yep.
One of them is how to make meaning of money. So they have some questions that that you ask the couples to see how they make meaning of money. And some of them, there are 4 categories. One is money as status, money as security, money as enjoyment, and money as control. So everybody has, everybody will weigh in on one more than the other. Yeah. And so let's look at one question that comes out of the money as status. So the first statement actually is, it is important for me to maintain a lifestyle similar to or better than that of my peers. That is a statement for money as a status. What do you think?
Wow, that's a very... I remember when Sam was talking about earlier on that, cut your coats according to your size, right?
According to the size of the cloth.
Or maybe the size of the cloth. So even if it's not going to be enough for you, so just be careful. So, looking at, I want to maintain a lifestyle similar to or better than that of my peers is a dangerous setting for any marriage.
Disaster.
Because you can never meet up with man. But we can meet up with God. We can meet up with what God has given us to do if we follow it. So this is going to be, this is like setting up one's marriage for failure. Because there will always be something better than what you have. There will always be something maybe not even as better, as good as what you have. So we need to learn to be contentment, because this is not contentment. Contentment in marriage is so important, and it will really help us to continue to maintain that sanity, that love, that care that we're desiring in our marriage when we are content. We're content with what we have. If you need it, get it. I have my sister, I love the way she did with her children. The children will come back, Mommy, I want to buy this, I want this. And the first question she will ask them, why do you want it? Because my friend has it. I said, that's the reason why you won't have it. And that closes the chapter. So the boy now learned to know the reason why he wants what he wants or he needs. Right. So if there's no good reason for it, you don't get it.
That's a good training.
Yeah, good training.
For the child. Okay, let me go to the next one for Sam here. Is money as security. I know you know all about that when it comes to money. So I'd rather have extra money in the bank than buy new purchase.
Well, 2 things mentioned there: purchases and then bank. Or money in bank. Money in bank, as my brother has said a while ago, and as I said in the beginning, you can either save it, invest it, or give it, or spend it. On saving goes along with investing. There are financial pros, that is experts, who can help you to identify your best path in the area of that first thought, the first one thought, that is how to save or invest. But generally, from what we have learned in the Western world around in here, money in bank is just a deteriorating asset because they don't pay you anything good on it. So seek for good investors who will manage the portfolios for you and put your money in nice sharing ratios for how to bring some good returns. That is money in bank. Now, should you have more in that than purchasing? Why are you purchasing? We must differentiate between needs and wants. I have a policy in my house and my family, which I try to impress them with. And sometimes it can even bring out loggerhead. If you need it, we're going to buy it. But we don't have enough money. I said, I don't believe in that, not having enough money. God will help me out on that particular aspect.
Right.
But justify the need first, then
Yeah.
it gets bought. But if you cannot justify the need, there's no need to even prioritize. There's nothing to be prioritized there. So why should I spend more on purchases when I don't even need it? And we have also an understanding that anything that you will not use in the next 3 months and it's sitting down in your house somewhere there, it doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the needs of others who you are depriving.
Who really need
Because God is the owner of all these resources and is watching how you are managing it. And you're going to be accountable for it at the end of time. So my prayer and my counsel to every one of us is be able to define your, as my sweetheart said, your contentment limit or levels. It does not matter how much your job or investment provider is increasing. When money increases, the amount that will also consume it, Bible says what? Will also increase. So you are the one to therefore determine your contentment level. And honestly, if we want to be sincere with ourselves, our contentment level is very low.
Very.
You have only this one head, only this one mouth, this one small stomach space here. And so, I mean, by the time they tell you how much you should eat to be normal, you will be amazed about why you want to purchase anything
So
more
much,
into your kitchen or whatever, into your store house, which you could actually have been purchased for others who are in need.
Right.
The Good Samaritan houses, the poor, and whatever that you can reach out to. So, back to the question, you rather spend more money on purchases than put in the bank, unless you have any subjective clause to that statement. In other words, if the bank will only give me 1% or 2%, then I'll spend and I'll become for the Christmas and then issue it out. That could be justifiable. But rather than that one, the ideal thing is to save, invest more, and spend less, but spend only on your needs, not on your wants. Because wants will end up to become a waste, whereas needs will be met.
Thank you very much. That's good. Let's go to the next one. Yinka, you will help us with that. And it is money as enjoyment. Some people just think, yeah, let's just get this money, enjoy, blow it, work more, enjoy, blow it, work, and like that. So the question here, or the statement is, people who have more money have more fun.
Well, they always say that money doesn't make you happy, but I like to say that money doesn't make you happy, but can make you happier. Because
relativity,
so the fact is that, number one, you should define yourself. You're not competing with anybody. The only person you can really contest against is yourself, to try to make a better version of yourself, right? But there is a point in trying to enjoy some of your labors, because if you worked very hard, there's a time for you to relax.
Yes.
Even Jesus told his disciples, Jesus said that there's so much things to do, but at times we tell disciples, let us go and rest for a little while. And so money can serve the rest period, like maybe you want to travel, enjoy something, go to an opera, do some things that you normally would not do on a regular basis. It may be a bit more expensive, but you should be sensible with it. If you want to fly, if you want to go and enjoy in Las Vegas, you may not have to go on business class. You can still go on economy class. In fact, check where you can get the lowest flight and go.
I mean, that statement there, like, maybe it's true that a lot of people who have money enjoy, or they have more fun, but I think that it depends how you define fun. And what fun means in terms of, okay, is it fun to go outside of your door and play basketball or at your, with your neighbor, or is it fun to go for a walk, go hiking, go
or a space ride.
Go exactly. Go wherever you like to have fun. So my question usually is, what is fun for you? So ask yourself, what is fun? What do I do for fun? What do I like to do for fun? Some people can't even say, these are the things I do for fun, because they are already in tight places and they can't see any fun in anywhere than what somebody, Mr. A or Mrs. B is doing. So there's always something fun every time if you look for it, if you find it.
Can I just add something? But the fun must be wholesome, because some people, their fun is to drink. And drink and drink and drink, and that causes a lot of problems, right?
Yeah,
so you have to be mindful of how the fun will affect your family too.
More productive.
And I also want to say that you don't have to have money to have fun. You know, you can still have fun on a very low budget. You can have fun in your bedroom. You can have fun in your kitchen. You can have fun in the living room. You can go outside. You know, I was just admiring the very large space, the expanse of space behind Yinka's home. And I was saying that, you know what, let's create some fun in this big space that you have. I'm sure the day we come together, we will remember that fun for a long time.
Yeah,
you know, we found out that even with our children, those times that they have the greatest fun is not when we spend so much.
Exactly.
It's just being together, doing things together, even just dancing, doing dance competition. It's fun, but you don't pay any money to do that in your home. So, so I would just want to say that money necessarily doesn't even give you fun. You can have fun even without having money.
And if we have the mind of the fun seeker, because fun can extend to taking a space ride, like Jeff Bezos and his team.
So be it.
I would do that if I have money.
No hassles, but let it happen only after you have achieved a debt-free life.
Yes.
You have a savings that will carry you no less than 6 months, if any.
Thing happens. Yeah.
You have some emergency funds against another eventualities.
Oh my.
And all bills are settled then, honestly speaking. And you're already doing your charity towards the poor, and then you still find a huge amount in your banks, then you can go to space and cover it.
Or put it on your bucket list.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So we have a lot of ways that people have fun within the family. People do like crafts, you know, it's fun. They do journaling and just writing things, cutting things, you know, like the children will love that too. There's a lot we can do together, even as a couple, for fun. Okay, so money as control, that we can control things because we have money. So one question, I will put it out there for anyone. He who controls the purse strings calls the shots.
Let me have a go at that.
Yeah.
He who controls the purse strings calls the shots.
Yes.
In the first place, there is no, you're together, you're one. That's what it says in marriage. We're talking about in marriage anyway, godly marriage. Husband and wife. There's no two pots. There's only one pot. And who puts in whatever into that pot should not be known. Let me give an analogy. I have a cup of rice, and maybe Sam has half a cup of rice. It's going in the same pot. And so I poured my own cup of rice, and he pours his own cup of rice.
Half cup of rice.
Or half cup, or whatever. Rice is rice, right? Let's even say we both have the same. I can't pick out which one is his rice, because it's all mingled together. That's how we should say our purses as husband and wife, whether we have a common, a joint account or not. Everything is in one pot. So, so nobody should be saying, I'm bringing more. I can't even see your more in it. Neither can you see my less in it. So it's one pot. So when we look at it with that analogy, then there shouldn't be, because I bring more, I should control more. It's our money. It's one. We are now one. We are not two. That's just my.
So it's a kind of mentality. It's a kind of perception, mindset that when you are married, this money belongs to both of you.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter who is making more or less. Whatever you're doing it for the marriage, for both of you. Doesn't matter also how you put your money together, whether it's joint account or a separate account or whatever account, you both see it as ours.
Yeah. As long as you're working together at meeting your needs. If there's a need, it could be his need or my need or our need or the children's need, it's still a need in the common purse. Yeah. And then we look into it, we budget it together. Are we able to do this one? Not because it's me or it's my need. No, it's our need.
Yeah, because we all contribute
into it.
The one that is out there working is doing it his contribution, and the one that is at home, especially for women, when you start having babies, you sometimes you're not at work, right?
Yeah,
so it's a lot of work. I even hear that mothers who stay at home, their jobs like 2 main full-time jobs.
Yeah.
Well, apart from that, they work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without any.
So they're contributing. Even though it's not financially, it's a big contribution.
Yeah, and that's so important because all the contribution cannot be looked at as a financial contribution. Because if somebody stays at home and is taking care of the children, helping to care for the children because you are home, that's a huge contribution. You know, one person that comes to mind in the Bible is when David went to fight those who took away their wives and children in Ziklag. Yeah. And so they went, some people were too tired, they couldn't go. I guess they were just overtaken by emotions, and so they couldn't go for this battle. And so they stayed back. And then David went with the men who were strong enough to go with him. And then they fought this battle and won, and then brought goodies and all that. And so those who came back said that these goodies were not sharing with those who stayed behind, but they forgot that those who stayed behind were doing something. They were taking care of the home front, right? Because something could have happened before they came back. Yeah, and so David made it a law that it's the same, that they're actually going to do 50-50. If you went and you didn't go, and that's the way it is even in a family, in a marriage, it's 50-50. You're home, you're at work, it's 50-50 because something is going on back home, something is going on at work. It's a joint effort. And we should appreciate it as such.
And I believe that the stay-at-home person makes the going-out person makes it possible.
Absolutely.
Because if they are single parent and the child become ill, they probably will not be able to go to that job, or they have to pay more for somebody to look after them.
Yeah.
And if we take a look at that word control, if you're not careful, you're just running yourself for a serious failure. Control is a very highly tempting word, attractive word, just because you feel that you are making much today or this season. Yeah. You want to be in charge, you want to call the shots. You should be more fearful and afraid and actually rejoice in the fact that you have a council of 2 of you, you and your spouse, to decide what goes on. That way you relieve yourself of the burden of responsibility or irresponsibility that goes with how the money has gone with, because it is now a shared value, a shared responsibility. It takes the heat off you. Money is a spirit. Yes, while it answers all things, the love of it easily traps you to become a victim of the devil. Yeah. So, and if you're not careful enough, you won't know the fine line difference between your trying to control and before the money starts doing what? Starts controlling you.
That's right.
So don't let the love of money overtake your attempt to want to say, it's because I'm trying to control the money to answer all things. That's why you will soon start getting controlled by the same money, and that is worse. Yeah. But if you rely on your counsel and the family to take issues up, the devil is confused. He doesn't know who to hurt. And as you guys have already said, who knows who's even contributing most?
The other thing is that when it comes to 2, I'm working today, but tomorrow I'm not working.
Exactly.
And the other person will be working.
So you get
and I will hate for them to say that, oh, it's my money now, you cannot do this, cannot do that.
And like what they do in Japan, they know that maybe this kind of a struggle over control will happen. So when the man goes to work, they pay the salary to the wife at home. So when the man gets
that's
home,
beautiful.
Yeah, I love that. We were trying to...
we tried to work with puppies, but it didn't work well.
That's awesome. Anyway. Well, we can talk about this for a long time because there's a lot to talk about. I'm sure you all know that when we start to talk about managing your finances, there are issues about that. There are experiences that people have had that may have created problems in the marriage, and we just hope that you will find good counsel, find good financial managers that can help, and maybe counseling that can also help you to solve those issues. So we have to round up now because of time. We only have this one question though, if I can just bring it out quickly, and I'm going to give it to Sam.
Wow. Dingum. What if my wife is not interested in joint accounts?
Oh, okay. I think we've covered that too.
Haven't we? It's okay.
In a way, it's
not the end of
covered.
the world.
What is joint account? There's a difference, or we must be careful in interpretation. Joint account or joint bank accounts.
Oh, okay.
Account is bank accounts that you open in certain names. Husband's name, wife's name, or joint husband and wife's name. Those are bank accounts.
Okay.
But the joint account I believe we are trying to teach in marriage is that wherever the money is coming from, wherever they are stored in, belongs to us together as one, and we must be jointly accountable for it.
And accessible.
So you now budget for all the inflows into all the various bank accounts, and budget also for all the outflows from all the.
So what if the
accounts.
wife is not?
If the wife is not interested, don't take that as a weakness to which you may want to exploit. Please be careful. Like I said, control is a trap that can easily make the money to now start controlling you. So you do it as if she's there. In fact, make every effort to impress her, teach her basics, carry her along. One day, she'll be the one helping you out, even when you cannot even handle it.
Yeah,
Not interested maybe just because maybe she's not, what's the word we use now for somebody who is very good with figures? This is not, she's not just no merit, that's the word.
Okay.
If she's not no merit, she will not be doing in $10 times 20, no, please handle for me. But after a while, you may be surprised, as we say now, look up the cock that the cock is as the thing that you cannot.
I wish we could talk more and more and more. So this is so sweet.
I think it's also part of respect, right? Because
Exactly.
that's the stage that your partner is. You can't force it.
Exactly.
Maybe later you have to act your own way. You should act in such a way that she'll be the one to say, well, I like what I see. Let me go back in. Right?
Yeah, especially if you're managing it well.
Yes.
Okay, time to end. Thank you very much for watching, and we hope that you will join us next time. Until then, thank you, and
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
bye for now.
Happy financial management.